Hello and welcome on Sport Updates on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Gishafe. We start from basketball, where Nigerian Basketball Federation, NBBF, are saying, well, the best player will actually represent Nigeria at the AFROBASKET for women. Look at that story as our first story on the show. 2023 Women AFROBASKET, only best players will represent Nigeria. NBBF, the NBBF Vice President, are talking about that they will make sure the best of the best will come to play for Nigeria, although we've already qualified because we are the defending champion automatically, and we want to present one of the best squad to this tournament that will be coming up from July 28th to August 6th over there at the BK Arena in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, where our ladies will be fighting hard to see if they can retain this particular trophy that they won. And right now they are the defending champions, and we hope that they will do the best in this particular competition. Transferring that to the guests in the studio, Emmanuel Fashimi, let's look at this story together.
Yeah, for our girls, good one. Coming in from the vice president, it's only good we have good players on ground. And talking about good players, I also like the way things are going for the ladies right now. Our leagues is back up and running. There are matches as we speak. There are matches going on right now in the Savannah Conference and which is going on in Benin City right there at the Ogbemudia Stadium. And this is an avenue for them to actually select players. The vice president has said if the players are here in Nigeria, they will pick them. If they are based in abroad, wherever they are, whether in Nigeria, abroad, as far they are fit and they are good for this particular tournament, they will actually get picked. And I love what the NBBF is doing. We are the defending champions, and for the tournament, it also serves as qualifiers for the Olympics and then the FIBA World Cup that will be coming up later in the year. So for them to actually go out and say they want to pick the best players is good one. I hope they follow what they are saying, not just say we want to pick the best players. At the end of the day, some players will come in from the backyard. This is my brother's daughter, this is my nephew, and they don't pick people who will just go there and then go and mess up themselves and mess up the country. But at the end of the day, I believe with the league that is up and running, I know they have their scouts on ground. They have NBBF representative on ground who is actually watching those they can actually pick and then mix them with the foreign players. And for the ladies, we know they've suffered 2 years on the bounce. There was no competition for them, so it speaks volume. But thank God they've buried their hatches. Whatever that is going on with NBBF, it has been put aside, and the league is back for them because they actually suffered the brunt of the whole power tussle in that federation. But as the vice president say, they should just match their words with action. Go pick the best players to represent Nigeria.
Nigeria will be participating alongside other teams that will be like 11. They'll make it 12 at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda for the 2023 AFROBASKET. That is the nation's cup for women basketball, and we are the defending champion. We won the last time, and we are also trying to see how we can also scoop this by retaining it. It is very possible. Our ladies, even though they are yet to come together for 2 years, they have what it takes to play as a team. After all, we've been dominant when it comes to basketball in Africa, and we want to see our lady, the Tigress, coming up again to show the whole Africa why they are the best. Most of them apply their trade over there in the US, different part of Europe, and right now they will be coming back home to represent Nigeria at this competition over there in Kigali. Away from that story, let's switch over to volleyball. Volleyball right now taking place in Imo State, it's right in Owerri, the National Division 1 and 2. Let's look at the results of games played in the match day 2, where Udogu Spikers they lost that name against the home team. Imo Spikers defeated them 3-1 in that game, despite bearing Udogu. You expect them to win this game. Olalome Royal Volleyball Club, they lost by 3-0 against Oluyole Spikers of Oyo State. Safety Spikers 3-1 against Adamawa Spikers there. Imo Spikers also, well, they fought hard. As you don't know how the Imo Spikers are doing this. Saw the VC 3-1. Oluyole Spikers also, they defeated 3-1 against Udogu Spikers now. Ajashepo from Kwara State against Niger Brass, who actually won 3-0 there. For live camp, 3-0 Olalome Royal Volleyball Club there. I think they are a mix of these men men and women in this particular group there. I still don't know how the men will play 2 games at the same time. Then for day 2 results for men now in Division 1, G ranks. If you remember G ranks, they lost their game against Nigerian Correctional Service. They showed them why their correctional service they
want to correct the G ranks.
Anyway, you also have some bands there. CNS, that's Chief of Naval Staff Spikers. They won their game 3-0 against Kwara United Volleyball Club in the Division 1 for men's day 2. But for the Division 2, Division 2, yes, Division 2 for men and women, the result being bound together there. You see those results there. Well, from the way it is, I love the fact that the Division 1 and Division 2 are going hand in hand. You understand? For both male and female, and then you have Division 2 for men also going on. Yes,
congratulations and kudos, thumbs up for the man at the helm of affairs there, that is Engineer Musa Nimrod. You know, volleyball, if every other federation, we've always said this over and over again, that if every other federation can actually emulate what the Volleyball Federation is doing in Nigeria, I can bet you we will not lack, 1, we will not lack talent, 2, we will not lack that exposure, that pedigree, that power, that dominance when it comes to sport in the whole world. But because some of us, we feel, and maybe due to some paucity of fund, and the little fund we get they channel it to the very wrong avenue. But at the end of the day, for the Division 1 and 2 that is going on, that's to tell you they have actually planned out this program, not before this year. They've already had their programs planned out, and you look at good results that are coming in from there. And I'm happy, I'm proud that we have teams from the FCT. The life camp is from the FCT, and this was a team that was just formed last year. The team has been there, but it came to limelight last year where they hosted this one of the volleyball competition here in Abuja, and they actually pulled weight, a lot of weight, and now they are playing in the Division 1 and Division 2 league of the Nigeria Volleyball Federation. National Division League, and from this is where they get players. Now they have the Olympic qualifiers that is coming up. They have the African beach volleyball that will be coming up competition. They also have the African volleyball competition that will be coming up that will serve as the qualifier for the Olympics. So these are some of the events that they use in getting players for the national team, and I love what the federation is doing. At the end of the day, quality players will be gotten from this competition.
And aside that, most of these teams will actually get promotion to the National Volleyball Premier League. The Nigerian Volleyball Premier League will be all. That's the most senior, just like you have MPFL.
Yes, MPFL for football.
So this one serves like the NNL and NLO.
Exactly, because if you, that's why the life camp, example from the life camp team, it started last year, and now they got because they played at the Division 2 now. They qualify from Division 1 to Division 2, and that is how, if they can also get some good results and wins, they will go to the National League proper. And that's to tell you we are making progress when it comes to volleyball.
Now, according to the coach of CNS Spiker, that's Chief of Naval Staff Spiker, Sani Mohammed, saying where they don't belong in Division 2, they belong in the Volleyball Premier League. And like you said, it's not by mouth. Go there and do your thing. I know he's a national coach. He knows what he's saying, and he wants to get his team to play back in the Premier League.
Back to the big boys. Yes, he has started matching his words with action, getting that win in day 2. So let's see how it ends at the end of the day, because they want to go back to where the big boys are. It's just good that we're having this kind of stiff competition, as in it's a very close competition. In all of the teams that are playing the Division 1 and 2, they're actually good.
Now, it's just like having Kano Pillars, Katsina United, Atlan talking to that they want to go back instantly to the MPFL. So just the way it is right now, CNS want to make it back to the Nigerian Volleyball Premier League. A lot of teams are fighting hard. They are in the National Division 1 and 2, taking place in Owerri, Imo State capital, where they are fighting to see who stays on there. Good one for volleyballers. And earlier on, we've talked about the D Tigress. They'll be fighting alongside 11 other teams at the AFROBASKET for women that will be coming up in Kigali, Rwanda. Good one for the volleyball, basketball sport. And now let's go to the big one for tonight over there at Prague. That'll be coming up, and a big one between Fiorentina and West Ham. Talking about the Europa Conference League final Fiorentina versus West Ham United. David Moyes, this is another opportunity for him to retain his job. The news have actually been out there saying if he loses this particular game, he's out of West Ham. And if he wins, maybe they can use that one to hold him down.
But no matter what happens tonight, I think West Ham will not, will be too harsh on David Moyes to actually let him off the hook. Why did I say so? Because this is a man who has actually tried. He kept the team in the Premier League, and last season they came close on this same competition. They would have gotten to the final, but they lost out. But this time around, they have moved one step, and now they are into the final. The last time West Ham actually graced any European trophy was when it was called European Cup. That was in the 1950s. It's a long time ago. They actually graced anything called European final or even competition. So for David Moyes, if he wins, he's going to join the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, Mark O'Neill, who has actually who came out from Scotland and winning something in Europe. So so far so good. West Ham will not be too. In fact, they will be too harsh to let David Moyes leave if he actually loses this final, because they shouldn't use this final to judge David Moyes, because he actually tried. How many players did they recruit? It is what he has that he's using to get results. So, and the only, let me say in quote, the talisman they have, Declan Rice, has been rumors of him leaving West Ham. And so a lot of distraction coming in for that man. It is not easy to convince a player to stay in your team. And that is what David Moyes has done. So, well, tonight is an open game for both teams.
Talking about harshness, after all, Tottenham Hotspur sacked Jose Mourinho when he actually called that and they qualified for final. So anything can happen. George using that as a yardstick. Well, the match tonight is a big one because West Ham United from England will be facing Fiorentina from Italy and Serie A. A big one between the two teams. Who wins this battle between the Serie A team and also English team? Well, it's a battle over there in Prague, the capital of Czech Republic, where they'll be fighting hard tonight between David Moyes and the fact that West Ham in England, that's talking about Premier League, they really struggled.
Seriously.
In fact, they struggled. Now, Europa League, rather Conference League, they were able to get to the final. The mentality of the players seems to be different when they were playing this competition and when they were playing at home.
Okay, I think David Moyes was smart enough to actually place what do we want. They prioritize what they want for the season. What do they do? Okay, let's struggle, manage, and stay in the league. No matter what happens, let's not even go to. They were actually struggling in the league. Let's not go to relegation. But if the way they play when it comes to Europa Conference League, you ask yourself, is it the same team that is struggling in the English Premier League? And to actually buttress this fact was their game against AZ Alkmaar. They actually played AZ Alkmaar as if it was even the final, because I expected them to sincerely speaking, I never gave them the chance against AZ Alkmaar, but they proved me wrong, and now they are into the final. So if you look at it at the beginning of the season, they actually got some points. They struggled. They'll stay in the English Premier League, but they play a different ball game when they are playing in Europe. They play with all seriousness, zeal, and you see all players on their toes. They want something, and they want, because it was actually hurting when they didn't get to the final last season, because they worked hard, but at the end of the day they didn't get there. But they told themselves this time around, we want to be in the final, and hey, here they are in the final.
Well, from the way it is right now, Fiorentina is an Italian team that for the past 2-3 years now, they've been knocking at the door of European football clubs, competition rather, alongside Atalanta. But right now, at least they've been able to get to the final, and tonight will be another chance for them to prove, because we look at it, the Champions League final has to do with Italian team, Inter Milan, Man City. Look at Europa, Roma, all the cadres of UEFA competitions actually had an Italian team. That speaks volume. That shows that something really happened concerning Italian football this season, that they had 3 finalists at the 3 UEFA competitions?
Yeah, it was all, I think it was all, it boils down to seriousness and how they have fared so far. Most especially for Mourinho, who went there first season, he took Roma. They've never been to any European final before. They were in this same
conference league and
won it. And then they got to Europa League final again. And if you look at other teams, for Fiorentina, this is their second final of the season because they lost the Coppa Italia to Inter Milan. And now they actually want to win, at least win, get something. They shouldn't settle for second. But for a West Ham who is actually hungry, because I see West Ham more hungrier to win this title than...
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because Fiorentina got to the final of Coppa Italia. They lost to Inter Milan. Now, don't you think that will actually spur them to be more hungrier, because they know that, no, we can't lose two finals, one at the same time out of our hand, then we need to win one. It's just like Manchester City. When they came out against Manchester United in the FA Cup, they were like, okay, we are running for a treble, we've got in the EPL, let's win this one to make it second before we go for the Champions League. Priority.
Yes, that is why I said, for West Ham, they prioritize what they want for this season. Let's manage and stay in the league. But you see this conference league, we are going to do everything within our power to get.
I think that's where that English comes in. What's good for the goose is also good for the gander. So they have it's actually good for you to say West Ham, they want to manage and win. Remember, Fiorentina also, they lost the final.
Fiorentina, who lost the final to Inter Milan, wouldn't want that to repeat itself. So that is why I said it's a 50-50 chance. Both teams want this trophy.
But from your body language, you are tilting towards...
No, I'm tilting to West Ham because, sincerely speaking, they suffer though.
It's obvious that an average Manchester United will want it to come to England.
Yes.
Actually got you there. That should be 1-0, right? Anyway, but we've been talking concerning the Europa Conference League between West Ham United and Fiorentina, a team who actually both of them rather, trying to see how they can better their lot in this competition. Who wins this tonight? Is it West Ham, the team from England, who really know their onions for qualifying to the final? Or is it Fiorentina, who will also be trying to see if they can win it because they lost out in the Coppa Italian final? Well, a lot of questions to be answered there coming from the UEFA Europa Conference League match final that's coming up. Let's quickly talk about another story that has to do with transfer stories now. Tottenham Hotspur are keen on Harry Maguire of Manchester United. I see you looking up and down, Emmanuel. Well, Tottenham Hotspur are keen. Is he the new man? Talking about Postecoglou, that's the new manager of Tottenham Hotspur that is interested in getting Harry Maguire out of Old Trafford, or is it the board? Well,
I would say it's the board because the new man that is coming in has not actually settled down. I would say Daniel Levy is actually pushing this. And let me help all Manchester United fans out there to pray that this deal should just go through.
For him to leave, you can imagine when fans are praying that he should leave a club.
If you look at the goals scored so far for Harry Maguire, 8 goals. Out of the 8 goals, 7 are own goal. 7 of those goals are own goal for a defender. And you look at it that I think Manchester United didn't actually work out for Harry Maguire. He's a good defender where he's coming from. In Leicester City, he was so good, quality, as in they saw that quality in him. They saw that prowess, that defensive prowess, and Manchester United went to recruit him. But at the end of the day, it never worked so well for Harry Maguire in the colours of Manchester United. And if he's going to revive his career, if he's going to get back on track, I think he should leave. He should just open his arm and receive this offer and leave Manchester United and see if he can improve himself in Tottenham or elsewhere.
Well, it's going to be a dignified one because a lot of fans from Manchester United don't really want Harry Maguire to continue with the Red Devils. But right now, Tottenham Hotspur are trying to see how they can get him. If that works out, that will be a nice one. After all, Tottenham Hotspur remain one of the biggest teams in England. In fact, we're talking about the economic-wise and also performance-wise. For Maguire Tottenham could be the place in the city of London, away from Manchester. And now we look at two more stories before we wrap it up. Let's talk about Al-Ittihad, Al-Nassr, interested right now concerning N'Golo Kante. They want to get this midfielder of Chelsea in a deal that was about £86.2 million a year. They could be offering him 2 years. So both Al-Ittihad and Al-Nassr are really trying to see how they can better their lot. Al-Ittihad, they've got in Karim Benzema. Ronaldo is with Al-Nassr, and both teams are fighting hard to see if they can go for N'Golo.
Well, for N'Golo Kante, injury didn't actually as in for the past one season back right now, injury has not helped this man, because after winning the Champions League with Chelsea, he suffered a lot of injuries, and all the coaches that are coming in, most especially Thomas Tuchel, was playing him out of position. We know him as a defensive midfielder, and Tuchel was playing him wide at the right wing, which was not good for N'Golo Kante. For N'Golo Kante, he should just he should take the offer from. What else do you want as a footballer? If you are as a footballer, once you win the World Cup, you're already fulfilled. He has won the Champions League.
Maybe personal interest.
If it's a personal interest, what do you want in Europe? You've won the Champions League, you've won the league, you've won the FA Cup, you've won the World Cup. So what else again?
You might want to win the MPFL in Europe.
Okay, let him come to Enyimba or Rivers United.
Oh my goodness.
He will join. If he joins us, fine, he's good. Come to Nigeria and win the league, and also make history as the first European to come and play. We've had Brazilian that played in Nigerian league, so he will be the first European to play for us.
Let's see what happened concerning N'Golo Kante. They are joining Al-Ittihad or Al-Nassr. Let's see what happened, because right now these are coming in the £6.2 million or £6.9 million rather. I'm still talking about the Saudi Arabian league. They are really drawing a lot of players to that particular league there. Right now, it's about Wilfried Zaha. Zaha play for Crystal Palace. We look at that story right now. Wilfried Zaha right now receives £15 million a year offer to join Cristiano Ronaldo at Al-Nassr. £15 million a year, and they are offering him 3-year deal. That's £45 million.
You know, all this money is not that money is not a problem in Saudi Arabian league. They have, if you want to collect 500 million.
After all, they want to offer Messi $1 billion.
So
now.
They have the money. They want to shift attention to Middle East, and one man has actually started that revolution. That is Ronaldo going to that league. Immediately he got there, Al-Nassr's shoot up. The league, the popularity of the league shoot up. So you saw the revolution has started already, and because of one man who just went there, and now other players are going to join him. So for Wilfried Zaha, if all these clubs are coming for you, if I would advise these players, if they were here, don't even waste time, just go. What else? If it is the money, you will get the money. So what are you waiting for? For Wilfried Zaha, he's a good player. I believe him coming to Al-Nassr is being influenced by CR7.
Let's see how that particular influential move by Ronaldo will work for Wilfried Zaha, moving from Crystal Palace to Al-Nassr of Saudi Arabia Pro League there. Got a lot of players moving to Saudi Arabia. Let's see, maybe very soon both of us will move to Saudi.
I will go and play for Al-Nassr.
Oh my goodness. That'll be it on the show. Sports update on Trust TV with Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks so much.
It's been my pleasure.
I'm Adini Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.